We're rocking and rolling. DashCast, episode 2.
We're back.
We're back. Surprisingly.
We haven't got canceled because I'm not sure it's been aired.
No, I don't think it. Actually,
Maybe that's the ticket. Just keep going. We
Just keep-
never get canceled. Never air them. You know what the problem with our podcast is, I think?
What?
Versus some of the other ones is that we're not professional comedians.
No, we're not. That's a really good jumping point if you want to start a successful podcast is be a stand-up comedian. So maybe that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Is just become comedians.
Take 5 years off.
Yeah,
Go
quit our
work,
jobs.
work the clubs.
Yeah. Just not make any money at all.
Yep.
That's how it works. People totally, I think most people take stand-up acts, like popular stand-up acts, for granted. I mean, even the biggest of the big, like Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, all of those. I mean, they started, or I don't know about Bert. Bert didn't start in clubs, but Tom started in clubs. Bill Burr started in clubs.
Yeah.
Everybody started working for nothing, typically working a day job probably, and just working for free at like 2 a.m. at the Laughing Stock.
I also like how they say that stuff like, oh man, no one gets it. You know, we had to do this to make it. It's like, isn't that just like an internship?
Yeah,
And that's
pretty
kind of
much.
the thing that everyone does. It's like,
Oh, man.
you don't make any money when you start, and then you
No,
just
you
keep
don't.
doing it. And then what happens is either you start making money at it, or you're like, I'm not good at this. You go do something else. I'm pretty sure it's just every job they're describing, but they make it seem like it's their own little special thing.
I'll never forget my first internship in sports was with a now defunct team in the Frontier League. They're called the River City.
I wonder why.
They're called the River City Rascals.
Of course.
Great name. Great name. I got there. My first day was I don't know, and the first assignment it was a stadium ops internship, and the first assignment was this guy Tom. He was the director of stadium ops at the time. He just grabs a ladder. He goes, "Follow me." Props the ladder up onto like the side of the concourse. Said, "You got to go up there and get all the foul balls from last season." And I was like, "All right." And it was really intimidating, but I did it. I
Just 10-pound waterlogged balls.
yeah, pretty much. They were ready to burst.
Eat them off the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you find a golf ball like in the
Oh yeah.
shallow water of a pond. You're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Zing. Yeah, it's when you find one of those and they're just ready to. I mean, they've got like, especially if one's like poking out of the dirt or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like nice and clean on top, and then you pick it out of the dirt,
Plugged.
and then it's, black on the other side.
Wonder if it's a thing because my first baseball internship is also a now defunct team.
Who?
Is that a thing? That's like, does that point towards your success? You have to work for
You
a
have
team
to,
that doesn't
yeah.
make
You
it.
just have to, just rough it through.
Mine was a prospect league team called the Butler Blue Sox,
Okay.
and they were actually, believe it or not, they were home to Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Brian DeAngelis, and maybe some other notable baseball figures.
One of these things does not belong.
Hey, 3 Hall of Famers.
Oh yeah, you're Slippery Rock Hall of Fame, aren't
That's right. And you know who isn't? Joe DiMaggio.
you? So where's your plaque? Is it in Slippery Rock? Did they give you a plaque, or was it just
Yeah,
kind of a
and
slideshow thing?
No, there is, and there's a website that you can look this up and know it's true. And then I also have they gave me a thing to take home. It was
So
nice.
you're in the Athletics Hall of Fame, or
I don't know. Quite honestly, I probably should know that. I don't.
Slippery Rock Hall of Fame, Brian DeAngelis. I'm going to see what they wrote about you.
It's probably pretty short. Or
The SRU Sport Management
or
Hall of
you
Fame.
wrote it, maybe.
I probably
You probably
did.
wrote it unknowingly.
Because that was my first task when you got here. When December 21,
Yeah.
it was write your bio, and I was like,
Oh, really?
great, I'm great at that, and I think I did a hell of a job.
Well, I can tell you that my my resume, because
Yeah.
I did not have a resume at the time, and so it got sent back to me after, because I didn't know they circulated it to the staff, and then they sent it back, and Kurt, our CFO, he made like edits because apparently I misspelled a whole bunch of stuff. Whatever. I mean, I made it in 3 minutes and sent it. So I'm surprised you were able to derive a bio off of that.
You had a lot on there. I don't know how much of it was true.
That's something we should look at.
Episode 2.
I already got the job. Who cares?
Just we're raking you over the coals
Yeah, that's all
for
right.
lying on your resume. Hey, you made it this far.
It's probably true.
No, you're good. Yeah, I tried to look at the bios, and the link just directed me to the 2024 celebration dinner. It'll be held on April 20th.
Mm.
You want to go?
If you're looking for a table, don't we have a game?
Yeah, maybe. No, I think actually that week we're off.
Oh, maybe we'll go.
Butler, PA, or Slippery Rock. Is it close to Butler?
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes.
Okay.
Probably. It's not far.
Yeah. Speaking of Slippery Rock, our new pitching coach is from Slippery Rock University.
Yeah, I think he was there when I was there, to be honest. I think
Well, you-
he's like a little younger than me, but pretty close. That's a great question. And also, by the way, fun fact.
Yeah.
He was just there. He texted me and said, "Hey, I'm actually at Slippery Rock right now."
Nice.
And their coach, Messer,
Yeah, Jeff Messer.
Jeff Messer,
I'm on the website.
he actually used to put camps on. I went to his camp when I was a kid, and he's still coaching there now. And I actually have a photo of like they give you like an evaluation at the end, like what you're good and whatever.
Oh yeah, you've shown me that before.
Yeah. And he said that my most positive trait was probably my mental, which is a way of being like, hey, buddy.
That's the nicest way of saying that you are not an athlete.
No, athlete, not a baseball player.
Not a baseball player.
Two different things.
Uh,
Kruk said it. Kruk said it.
Kruk did say that.
Come on now.
That's okay. Anyway, so we gotta do a merch plug real quick. So the hat debuted last year on the field, Winston-Salem
Shag. And by the way, for the people that are potentially not from here listening, it's a dance.
It is a dance.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but
come on, man. You dressed up as Austin Powers for the press conference.
Yeah, because he was a baseball player. Fly balls. He was shagging fly balls.
That must have been a deleted scene.
Or he's maybe a cricket player in England.
Yeah. I think that I could probably sit down and watch cricket for
7 minutes,
months straight, and still not understand what's going on.
I did a college research project on cricket, so I actually do know something about cricket.
What'd you learn?
Well, first of all, there's two kinds. So there's one that is technically can go on forever, and there's been instances where it went on for multiple days, like 3 days long, one game. And then there's another one that's like more timed, and it ends quicker. And
so I mean, is it more like baseball where there are innings, or is it more of a timed thing? Like, or does that based on
there's two different
variation?
kinds, right? So it's like, imagine if the NL and the AL played two different rules.
Got it.
Which I guess
that's kind of how it's
they have in a way, a different way, but
yeah.
Like if there wasn't innings in one, there was like a clock. So one had innings, one had a clock. That would be how they played, type of deal.
Got it.
And and then you throw it at the wicket, hit the ball, everything's in play, you just run back and forth.
I remember specifically like a day back in middle school where I was sick and I was at home and I was just bored and there's nothing to watch on TV during the day after the Price is Right is over, and I flipped to like there's cricket going on and I'm sitting there just they're cheering at random moments. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
hey, you think those shows are still going to like? Are our kids going to have those like the shows that currently only exist because like retirees watch them at breakfast or dinner, whatever it is at 10 a.m.
You know what I saw a couple of weeks ago actually was that they're doing like Price is Right at night. It's called The Price is Right at night.
Yeah, but why does it need to be at night? It's just going to be streaming. You know what I mean? Just so if you just dumped like, imagine, okay, we're in a nursing home and they just dumped 100 episodes onto Netflix of Price is Right. And you can just binge them. Isn't that more their market anyway?
That's unhealthy, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, what else are you doing?
I don't know. Wheelchair mosh pit hour?
Wheelchair basketball.
There you go.
Yeah, strong for that.
Yeah. Anyway, shag hat. It's a nice one. Hyphen hat. Hyphen. Hyphen sounds pretty close to the new thing, which will be released by the time we release this episode.
Yeah,
yes?
so it's already out. It's currently out. You're living in the past, man.
I'm living in the past.
Yeah, I'm living in the current.
Well, then in that case, I think I have to live in the present.
Yeah. Look at that.
Bang.
Look at that thing.
Look at this.
What even is that?
It's a hype hen. It's a hype hen.
What does that mean?
We're going to find out. But, yeah. I love the color on this.
Yeah.
The color schemes are great. And, I mean, the logo, Goodness gracious. It doesn't get any better than that. It's just a chicken going nuts.
That was one of those that, so we partner with Brandios on a lot of our rebrands, at least our full rebrands. That was the one where it's very rare, but I'm just like, all right, here's what we're looking for. We're going to be the Hype-Hens, give the whole backstory from hyphens to Hype-Hens.
Yeah.
You know, similar saying, spelling. And I go, he's like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's like a crazy chicken, right? That was basically it. And then they just sent back that exact logo. There was no edits. It was just like,
Nothing.
Yep, that's the one. We're going with that.
They got it on the first try.
Yep, first
Good for them.
try.
Good for them. Good for us. That makes conversations a lot easier.
I actually think that, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure that when we did the jersey, it was the same thing because they came back and obviously we had the colorway. So let's start with that. And it was either that or I had them add the feathers to it. I can't remember if they were on there the first go around or that was the only addition, but it was basically, you know, a one time in the booth. What's the Jay-Z thing? He just steps in and records. You don't know anything about Jay-Z? Right.
I don't know anything about Jay-Z. I'm if you went and looked at my Spotify playlists, I'm 50, 60 years old. It's crazy.
Well, Jay-Z is also 50 or 60 years old.
Yeah, okay, correct. But I don't know. I'm really tied to like rock and roll, like guitar music, pretty much.
Yeah,
is what I'm
like
most tied to.
ukuleles.
I mean,
It's mostly your.
no, I'm just 24/7 loop.
Yeah.
Ukulele music. I'm living
Yeah.
in Hawaii when I got my AirPods in.
You're one of those that's like, well, I'll like find a song because I'm not from that era, which
Yeah.
you are not either. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I just found the song. It was decent. It's pretty good. And you're like, oh, did you hear the live version? I'm like, all right, buddy. No.
Yeah.
It wasn't at Woodstock. Sorry.
Well, that's the thing. I'm also really drawn to live music too.
Yeah,
like
same.
I love
I'm
the
shocked.
well the Grateful Dead because like so
Couldn't tell you one song.
and you know what, that's okay because
I know.
it's all about the experience. It's all about the thing that made them unique was they'd never played one show the exact same. It was always a different set list, so you never knew what you were going to get. And what's better is the music is so accessible because they would let people record their concerts, so every single concert they've ever played is just available online for free. So it's fun for me to go and like listen to a version of the song from like 1977 versus how they played it in like 1991 or whatever. I just like that because I'm a big instruments guy. What?
I couldn't care less. Yeah.
I mean, that's fine, but that's just my thing. You're more. I mean, you're definitely you're big into hip hop, rap, R&B. Yes, that's your.
I wouldn't say
your jam.
R&B, but
R&B. No.
So I guess it started for me with obviously like the Eminems and whatever early, and then Limp Bizkit was really big at the time, and Linkin Park was the number one selling artist from 2000 to 2010, and so as that style of music was out, and then I was always big into like techno. At the time, it was techno.
You are a big EDM guy,
and now it's become EDM, and like there's all these different. And then those people will argue with you too. No, that's actually house, or that's actually trance, or all right, dude. It's the same. It's a genre, whatever, right? And so that was part of the inspiration too, was with the hype. Like how are you going to get hype and be a chicken?
Yeah,
well,
it's a really
EDM chicken.
It's a really kind of unique collaboration there of concepts. Just a chicken going nuts, and then the thing that just so happens to make the chicken go nuts is EDM.
Yeah.
So
and I found out, by the way, that's not a good idea.
Probably not. Wait, did you play some at the foul ball?
No, we didn't. We kept it. So that's what we learned, was that if you like too many flashes and loud sounds, all kind of stuff, I mean, you could just kill them. You could kill a chicken pretty quick. Yeah. So we had to stay away from that. And so when we're doing our rave, and so since this is, I'm living in the current, at the press conference, we had a rave that was separate from where the actual chickens are.
Got it.
Because we wanted to do them together, but safety first.
So we did take some of the advice from the Facebook comments.
No, we didn't.
No one in there was concerned about loud noise.
My thing is that like, and this has been the case with so many different promotions I've done. Everyone, when they see something on Facebook, they just are like, oh, this person, and it's a person, not a whole company, right? This person just thought of this thing right now and then posted it. There was no thought about it at all. There was no whatever. And it's like, Hype-Hen for us, this started 18 months ago. Like, this wasn't an overnight thing.
Oh no.
So when we released it, we're doing the foul ball. We knew exactly what we were doing. And there was people read that the foul ball. For those that don't know, okay. Foul ball, first of all, let's break it down. Chicken is a foul. Ball is a dance. Chicken dance. Hype-Hen. Okay. So we post this thing and we got the most engagement we've had the whole year of people just being like, you're going to cause world famine, all this stuff, whatever, that not swine flu, bird flu and all this stuff, right? So they literally thought that we were going to have people, we're going to charge admission to people to bring a chicken and we're just going to let like 1,000 chickens loose on the field. That's what they thought was going on. And then just play EDM music and like have light shows and stuff at the same time. And all these chickens were going to die and whatever. That's what they thought was happening, which is crazy because think about that. So we advertise pups in the park. Is that what we do? We just put all the dogs on the field and just leave? Like, that's not what happens. It's very controlled. Like, we have waivers and the dogs have to be well behaved, and there's certain stipulations to do this. Certain areas they can go into, certain they can't. Same thing with the foul ball. We had one 20 by 20 area that only chickens of the same flock were allowed in at one time. Sanitized then completely after to handle any diseases, viruses, mites, you name it, all taken care of. They leave. Next set of chickens come in. Everyone had a great time. Loved it. Chickens had a great time. No issues whatsoever. So that was the foul ball, and it led us to now the Hype-Hens. And also, we've been in contact with in building our own chicken coop. Right, we have a extremely expensive and very, very nice chicken coop that is custom dash for the kids to see, and our own chicken. So we've been dealing with chicken experts and bringing them in because I don't know anything about chickens personally. Just when we started, so we had to consult these experts to be like, what do you do? How many can we have? What's the right square footage? What do they eat? How can we create this program correct? So we didn't just dive into this unknowingly.
It's amazing what a minor league baseball team can get people to care about, like, really fast. And it's not baseball.
No,
surprisingly.
No.
I mean, I never would have thought that just posting that invitation would garner probably more comments on a singular post than I've ever seen working here. The outrage was real. They were ratioing us like left and right.
Yep.
I mean, the outrage was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But we got it. We have it under control. It's fine. No, we had 0 chicken deaths, injuries. I mean, it went probably as good as it could have gone.
And you always got to go into this too and being like, at a certain point, you just got to trust people, right?
Yeah.
It's like that's what we do with these dogs and stuff. Like if you have a dog, like I don't bring Mick. I just don't bring Mick because it's like no one's gonna have a good time if Mick's there. So I just don't bring them. The people that bring their dogs normally they know their dog and they're pretty cool. They know what to expect and there's no issues.
You're not gonna have a good time if Mick's there.
Oh, exactly.
Dragging you around.
Correct.
You need to explain what Mick is.
Mick is a Rhodesian Ridgeback, and actually, I'm wearing Roback right now, which is a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Yeah.
And they use them in Africa to hunt lions. And the expression to keep a lion at bay comes from Rhodesian Ridgebacks because they get a pack of them and they chase down a lion. And they try to corner them against a body of water so they can take the lion out because they're a danger to their tribe and all that kind of stuff. So it's not for it's for safety reasons for the people, right? And they have no fear, so they do not back down from a lion or anything. And actually, there's a lot of zoos, not in the U.S. unfortunately, but a lot of zoos all over the world in their lion enclosures. They keep a Rhodesian Ridgeback in there. He lives in there just to keep him like chill, so they can get. They let people kind of come up to the fence and like not pet the lion, but get an inch away. Because the dog will handle it.
So it makes perfect sense to have one of those in the DeAngelis household. My Lord.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. I mean, as you know, a lot of lions running around downtown Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
So I'm protected.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah. There was a zoo. It's a bit of a sad story. There was a zoo. I believe it was in Zanesville, Ohio, and the zookeeper had a little bit of an incident, and he let all the animals loose in the town. Let all the cages, let them open, and just let everybody run through the town. It's a real thing that happened. Just if everyone had Rhodesian Ridgebacks, wouldn't have been a problem. Wouldn't be talking about it now.
No, I guess we wouldn't. You know a lot of stuff about animals. You know too much about animals.
Well, I am a national trivia champion.
Yeah, but like specifically within the animal kingdom,
Yeah.
when you come into the booth and you do the question of the day, 9 times out of 10,
Is it really? It's too many animals?
it's about
I
animals.
didn't even know that.
It's about animals. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Hmm.
It's good to know things about stuff.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I tell people this stuff, I have this like in my imagination that I'm just gonna like change their life, and no one cares, and I just keep doing it. I don't know why. Like, did you know jellyfish, their life cycle? They basically like go down into the ground and they plant and they create these like pods, and the pods kind of break off from the bottom of the ocean floor, and they spawn off and become their own jellyfish.
No, I didn't know that.
See,
but
I
now
thought I
do.
changed your life. You don't care.
I mean, you changed my life in the sense that, yeah, I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
I know it now. As to whether or not that's going to help me,
No, it won't. I can
probably-
promise you it
probably
won't.
not.
Yeah. Hasn't
But-
gotten me anywhere.
You never know. The tobacco beetle guy.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. So I got 2 calls about tobacco beetles.
Yeah.
One was just up in arms, not having it. Why would you be promoting like agriculture? Because it's part of the reason.
Oh, so they thought we were promoting smoking.
Tobacco use, yes.
Oh.
And I had to explain to him like, hey, that's not what this is. This is an agricultural tie-in. This is celebrating the agricultural prosperity of the region.
Yeah.
And then
Couldn't be more opposite.
no,
This thing destroys tobacco. That's
Correct.
our current logo is
Yeah.
destroys tobacco.
exactly.
Nailed it.
But nevertheless, I got a call the same day from a guy who is a former scientist over at RJ Reynolds.
Okay.
And he could not have been more excited about the Tobacco Beetles rebrand because that's right up his alley.
Yeah.
He was like, I've spent my whole life studying this thing. I can't believe that you all are doing this. Can I help you in some way? And I was like, I'm sure you could.
Yeah, buy the merch.
Yeah, there you go. Bingo. WS-dash.com. See how we do that?
There's probably how many rebrands you think though teams have done that's just like the most random rebrand, right? But then there's that one person that's like, I've dedicated my life.
I bet it's more than
I can't believe
than you'd expect. Like who?
Kind of hope not.
I don't know who. Like I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Some of the other ones that would be really hard to pinpoint. Like nobody. Like how many people have spent their entire? Well, I shouldn't say that because that's not released yet either. Dang. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh, you almost.
I almost. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I almost was about to not be on the
Because
staff.
Because as you know, I've spent my entire life
you have spent your
for
entire
our
life
upcoming release.
for the upcoming. I think that's going to be the best one out of all 3. I really do. I'm so
mixed.
excited. I can't.
It's gonna be
wait.
very good, but I just think Hype-Hens is it has so much momentum. It's just more than I thought.
Well, Hype-Hens is definitely the most original. It's definitely the most. It's unique because it kind of has this tie-in to something that we did last year.
Yep.
Hype-Hen, hyphen.
Yeah.
But it's also just its totally own wacky, crazy thing, which is like one of the best parts about doing this.
So we
in
just
minor league
made
baseball.
The Godfather 2, is what you're telling me.
I think so.
Because they're connected, but Godfather 2 can stand alone. It can. It's its own story.
Why is it that every topic of conversation you have this this just incredible chance of tying it into the Godfather movies? How often do you like how many times a year would you say you watch The Godfather?
Oh,
in my
year
house
or week?
in my house it was every Thanksgiving. My dad had it on
Really?
the TV every Thanksgiving because it was always on AMC
Oh, okay.
on Thanksgiving.
Oh, you can't do that.
Why not?
Well, it's already a 3.5 hour movie, just the first one, and then you're gonna throw commercials in there. You're there for 6 hours.
Yeah, which I guess
That's
is
awful.
which I guess is why he eventually just bought the DVD.
Mhm. The 2-disc.
The 2-disc, yes.
Disc, yep. Yeah, you gotta watch.
Bonus features, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
director's cut. A lot of good info. Like
Yeah.
you would never know that Marlon Brando just found that cat on set and just brought it on and just added it.
Mm-hmm.
You need the director's cut.
There you go. So like, it's amazing to me how you can just tie everything into The Godfather, or
It's a
like
life-changing movie, though. Let's not
of
knock The
course it's a
Godfather.
I'm
I
not.
mean,
I'm not knocking The Godfather. It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's formed and shaped some young men. I think that's
Yeah.
true. I think
Yeah.
that's true.
I think that's true.
You learn a lot about family.
Yeah.
You know,
Learn a lot about loyalty.
mm-hmm.
A lot about loyalty.
A man can never be a real man doesn't spend time with his family.
No, it's very true.
It's a fact.
It's very true, Brian.
I've modeled our events here after that. You can always bring your family to all of our staff events.
That is true. Family's always welcome here.
Yeah.
When you're here, you're
well.
when you're here,
see, now you have this thing where you just try to bring up Olive Garden as often as possible, and I do not like that. I'm out.
Brian hates Olive Garden. He's never been to an Olive Garden in his life, and we keep.
No, I went one time. Remember?
No, when?
Yeah, because shout out to Eric Hoffman. I forget what happened. Something happened that I lost. I'm sure it was a bet or something, or he hit a goal or I don't know, whatever. But I had to go, and I got there. Oh my! It was so the first thing on the menu was chicken Alfredo, which is not a real food item. Anyway, I go through this item, and everything on there was just abysmal. And so I ended up just doing the unlimited soup, salad, breadsticks, and I don't like salad. So then I said, and this was in State College, Pennsylvania, and so I said, for soup, I'll do wedding soup. And they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's called Italian wedding soup. I thought we were gonna find Italian establishment.
They don't have that at Olive Garden?
No,
I would think they
had
would.
no idea what I was talking about.
That's a little disappointing.
Yeah, so I ate breadsticks.
Just breadsticks?
Just breadsticks and water.
You get pasta at all?
No, of course not.
It's so hard to ruin pasta.
You know how you can do it?
How?
Don't salt the water. And you know what they don't do?
How do you know? Did you go back there and look?
Oh, I'm in a few associations that cover this stuff.
They
came out with a statement that they stopped salting their water because they wanted to increase the longevity of their pots.
I don't understand that.
Because the salt degrades the metal.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, when you're a big corporation like that, things that are that small, you get an extra 2 years on a pot. The savings you could have,
I guess, but
yeah,
it's not. I mean,
I don't think they were exactly pitching their authenticity in the first place.
No, I guess not. Given that, I mean, you're the grand poobah of all things Italian.
Olive Garden.
So yeah, the grand poobah of all.
I saw somebody had a wedding there. You see that?
What?
Yeah, someone did their wedding photos and but they they did their wedding photos, but then they posted it as if they were actually in Tuscany. Like they tried to pretend it wasn't an Olive Garden.
Got it.
And I was just
See, that's funny. I like that.
It's funny. They weren't trying to be funny. They were trying to be like, well, we went all the way to Tuscany.
Well, you're very brave for having, gone through that
I know.
trauma.
I didn't even get an award.
No. You like the awards, don't you?
I need an award from the I like ones that don't really matter. So I need an award from the National Foundation of Italian Americans or whatever for my bravery to go to an Olive Garden. See if you can shoot them a note and get something done there.
I'll put that on my schedule for
maybe at their next gala.
Yeah.
I'll relive my trauma.
Get another plaque.
Yeah. But I just imagine my kids boxing up all my stuff when I'm old, and they're like, "What is this?
What is this?
You won an award for going to Olive Garden
Why
one
would
time?
You do that?" There's some pretty stupid awards out there. Like state. Have you seen the video of the state fair with the pig calling contest?
Oh, have I?
That's one of the best videos of all time.
So there's pig calling, but then there's a few other ones too. There's the one that's the dinner time's ready or something like that. You have to yell,
yeah.
Hey, y'all, come in here it's supper time.
And then there was another one. Maybe it was from the same state fair. It was husband calling.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I was just come on.
What? When cell phones came out, you would have thought that went away.
Yeah, I think so.
It was text your husband that food's ready.
That was ruined.
They're still doing it somewhere.
Yeah, I
think it was Indiana.
Clearly a preserved art form.
You know what we should do? Every time stuff like this happens, we should call the team that's local to that thing and just get their take. So we just call the Indianapolis Indians. We're like, hey, tell us about the husband calling contest.
Yeah,
and just a random member of their staff. No one that really knows.
What, like us, where none of us are from North Carolina to begin with?
Well,
so
he is.
We have to. Oh yeah. Carson's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
JV's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Morgan's from North Carolina.
Yeah, he's a cackalacky, a cackalacker.
Cackalacker.
Is that what is it? It's North Kakalaki.
North
sorry.
Kakalaki. Yeah.
My mistake.
And then Diane's.
Oh yeah,
North
Diane.
Carolina.
Yeah.
But like everyone else is from elsewhere.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible though? How we can all come together from all these different walks of life and put on shag and hyphens.
Well, that's what's funny
have
is
to be
because so we get the perspective where when somebody mentions shag, right? All of us not from here were like,
What
you
is
definitely
that?
can't.
I remember that
You
meeting.
definitely can't do that. Like
I
that's
remember
not what
that
that
meeting.
means. And actually, we had that a few times. And what's funny is when we did some of these. So when we did John in Lehigh Valley, we had a guy who was from Pennsylvania, right? And actually from like the Lehigh Valley. He was from that same area. And but he was a cop, He was a former cop. So when we said John, he was like, "You can't do that." I'm like, what? Like it just means like a noun. He goes, "No, that's not what it means." We're like, "What?" And I'm not gonna say it now, but you can look up what it really means to the police force. A lady of the night, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And we were like, or somebody that partakes or something like that. I don't know. But I was like, what? I'm like, how does no one heard of that? And then we questioned, should we do it? And then when we put it out, we got a lot of comments, but none of them were that. Not one. I'm sure like there were some police groups that maybe knew that, but no one else.
I'm not seeing anything about John meaning what you just said.
Well, he may have just also made that up.
I think he did. That's not anywhere.
That would be
Google has it defined from Oxford Languages as used to refer to a thing, place, person, or event that one need not or cannot give a specific name to.
Yeah, but you're using it the way it's spelled. I think it's spelled a different way for what he's talking about.
All right. Well, I'm just thinking of like the remote.
Yeah.
Hey man, John.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's
Okay.
that's the intent of the promotion. Yeah.
Good.
But it's just I'm just saying there's people that you can interpret so many different things different ways. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas like no one here knew what I was talking about when shag came up. They're like, I don't know what it's a dance. Like it's beach music. And I'm like, what's beach music?
Well, and then we had Morgan explain it, and even like she couldn't.
No one could explain it to me. That
very
was the
well.
problem. Yeah.
And it's just like it's dance, very well-to-do beach club kind of thing, and we're all just like, what do you?
Yeah.
And then when you see it, you're like, oh, this is something,
Right. But I can describe it to somebody not from here.
Sure.
Now that I've seen it.
Sure.
But I don't understand the people local to here in South Carolina and everything. They could not explain it. I'm like, so you're basically, it's like a variation of swing dancing. It's pretty much like your own unique swing dance. And you're doing it to, when they say beach music, it's like what they mean is, and you can give examples of those songs, which I was looking for, but it's just like regular rock music that's like danceable.
I think it's a certain BPM. Like there's a certain rhythm to it. Or what is that? What's that, John?
Yeah, beats per minute.
BPM. Yeah. But yeah, it was. It's funny too because at the press conference, the guy from Myrtle Beach or whatever started making like very specific references to like points in shag history, and we were all like, yeah. I mean, how could you not remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like.
No, he was he headed up the Winston-Salem Shag Club, but he spent so much time shagging in North Myrtle Beach that he was like he remembered every restaurant, every street, every like, day that whoever and I mean, but he's good. They were definitely good.
Oh, they were great. Band of Oz was great. I loved that.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. That was good music to prep to when I was getting all my notes ready and everything. I was like, man, these guys are good.
Yeah,
I could listen to these guys for hours.
That was a party when they came out for the game.
That'll be fun. Are we getting them back this year?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, okay. We should.
It's a Kayla question.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I hope so.
Kayla's on it. Kayla will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got going on this year? Like, I mean, we have like so many promo nights this year. It's hard to keep track of. And I know we talked about it last episode, but like, there's really like too much to keep track of almost. It's insane.
I got this a few times. Just do all these interviews and whatever, and some people ask me. And then my biggest challenge is also because I'll say what the promotion is.
Yeah.
And then immediate next question, when's that? I'm like,
I don't.
Even our biggest ones, sometimes I'm like, I'm looking at the 2025 schedule.
It's coming up.
We had it last year. This schedule, like, and people don't realize this either, that we do these brands and a lot of these promos. I mean, these brands, right? They're almost 2 full years in advance. Number one. 2, our promo nights, we pretty much have our whole promo schedule done in like September, October. We'll add 1 or 2 or whatever if it's topical, or we just come up with a good idea later, but it's legitimately that far in advance. And so, when you have to recall all of that, I'm working back over 9 months of prepping for just one night. It's hard to do all that. And there's some nights we did last year that we're not doing again, and I just forget that we aren't.
Yeah, I'm just looking through all these. I mean, we've got Night for Vets is always a classic. We've always done that. That's free tickets for vets, which is, I think that's good on opening day too. I like kind of kicking off the year with a good cause like that. That's nice. And then local tie-in Wake Forest night. We got T-Swift night on 13th. Touch Truck. That's usually at the end of the season. We're doing that at the beginning of the season. Or are we doing 2?
No, just 1.
Just 1.
Yep, just move the date.
Just doing 1. Nice. That'll be a fun kickoff. Plus, Grasshoppers are in town. That's always good. Yep. Nice little crosstown rivalry. They've got some good prospects. We got some good prospects. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm hungry for baseball season to get going again. Like, as much as I love coming in here every day and being in the office and getting to do crazy stuff like this, like nothing matches being at Truist Stadium.
Yeah,
it's the best. And the field right now, oh my God, the field looks amazing. It looks fantastic. Like, it looks better. And no discredit to the guys before Matt, but like, I don't know what's different about it this year, but it just looks so crisp.
Don't worry, I do.
Well, yeah, you do. You're the one who signs all the checks. Of course, you know. I don't have to know.
We did so it's a Bermuda field, and we overseeded last year, and you can do it in different amounts, and so like how much Bermuda is going to be able to show through, right, versus your overseed in this case. Yeah. So we took it a step down this year, so we put less additional seed so that the Bermuda has a better chance to transition a lot earlier, and so that's going to keep it green all year long, and then also transition to pure Bermuda by the time we get towards the end of the season. And so this is the first year that we should be able to do it, because last year the weather didn't really work very well for us to do that, and it was a little too much. So it's what it was. It still looked good. I mean, I think everybody thought the field looked amazing. And I mean, Josh Leo won Groundskeeper of the Year.
Yeah, he did.
Not only in South Atlantic League, but all High A.
Yeah.
So there's a reason for that. And I think the decisions that even he made for the offseason going into this with fall treatments and such put us in a really good spot for this year. So it's going to look good. And I hope the transition goes really well, because, he's got some big shoes at this point.
Yeah. And I mean, just all groundskeepers. I mean, shout out to groundskeepers. Like, they really are the unsung heroes of minor league baseball. I mean, they all baseball. They keep the show going.
Yeah.
Like,
what does unsung mean?
Unsung, just not. I don't think given the praise that they.
Yeah, he got an award.
They deserve.
See, I won an award.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like
he's a sung hero
specifically. I meant just groundskeepers in general. Yeah. I think the general public just doesn't.
I like the different breeds. I'm not sure that like all the fans know. Right?
Yeah.
But like broadcasters are a breed, right?
Yeah. Totally.
Groundskeepers are a breed.
Totally a breed.
There's all these different, and like when you can go and talk to them, like you just know. Like if you talk, as soon as you talk to a few of them, you're like, oh, okay, now
got it.
Like I don't get it, but like I see it,
Yeah, no, groundskeepers just kind of, they do a lot of looking. Yeah. There's a lot of looking. There's a lot of, scoping out.
You got to kind of feel the grass.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also mentally feel the grass.
Right. Not a lot of talking involved.
No.
It's just a lot of doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of looking.
Mm-hmm. It's a little more than that, but yeah.
I mean, just the general vibe. We're not writing a job description here.
Sure.
Just whenever I'd see Leo, he'd have his hands on his hips.
Right.
Bucket hat going.
Or some of this.
Yeah. Yes. That's you too.
That's me too. Yeah,
that's you, Ryan Manuel. That's our VP of Stadium Ops, and whoever the groundskeeper is.
Yeah,
all the time.
And for the audio folks, I'm looking at my phone and I'm looking up at the clouds, and that's a scary situation to be in. Yeah. No. You know what I'm most excited about for this season, though?
What?
You got to guess. If you don't get it right, then you're off the podcast.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna guess because I don't want to.
That's smart. That's good.
I'm not gonna give it away.
There's no. Oh no! There's not something you can. It's not a
Not something that I can spoil.
Yeah, you can't.
What are you most excited for?
It's so dumb.
It probably is. Is it a promotional night?
Right? It's not. No.
It's not a promo night.
This is something I'm most excited for. Something because I think that, or not that I think, I know that all of our fans that come to a game in 2024
yeah.
will experience this change. All of them. Okay. We have put substantial dollars into our restrooms.
Oh wow. Okay. That now see, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I know.
I haven't been over there to see the.
I'm telling you, it's going to have the biggest impact of the whole season. No matter what promo we think and all this kind of stuff, because the way we're doing the bathrooms is, I mean, we literally form committees, and I've seen some of this before, so I kind of knew, right?
Yeah.
But it's that talking point. So everybody goes to the bathroom, all right. So I already know I have a captive audience, okay. So I'll give you what they are, so that the people that are listening know what to look for. Everybody else kind of to experience themselves.
Okay.
First thing we did is we put mini-trons in the men's bathroom. So this is a jumbotron like you see in an arena, but it's for a bathroom. So you feel like you're in a mini arena while you're in the bathroom. Okay. Love that. Thing 2, urinals, custom urinal cakes with opposing logos.
That's a nice touch.
So we're going to change those out every homestand.
Okay.
So that you can take your, frustration out on the other team in whatever way you would like, right? So that's a great addition. And then the female restrooms, we put together a committee that obviously I was not a part of, but females in the office were. And so there's plants, there's seating areas, there's these scent machines, there's custom decals on all the mirrors, there's more mirrors, there's custom decals on the hand dryers. There's always like nice touch things that are going in there, because at the end of the day, it's a bathroom. And like you can make a bathroom, or you can make it something. And so I'm pretty excited for that one.
That is something to be excited about. That good for us that's where we're putting our time and energy, making sure that the bathrooms are a nice experience.
You start at the bottom.
I'm not even kidding either. Like, I think that's a very important thing. Like, who wants to go into a disgusting bathroom?
Yeah,
I don't.
Well, cleanliness is obviously a big piece.
Yeah,
but if you can just do anything else with it as well, it's always a win. Always.
Vibes are king. If the vibes aren't there, you're just not gonna have a good experience. And now they are,
for sure.
Not saying that the previous restrooms were bad by any.
Yeah, it's needed
by any stretch.
It's
just need a little TLC.
It's what, 15 years now, True Stadium.
Yeah. We're adding a lot more. I mean, the Lost Worlds bar on left. I'm excited about that. After looking at the plans.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not released yet?
No, it is.
Oh, it's released.
Yeah,
right,
no,
good.
I'm just
good.
I was hoping you were describing it better than I could.
Oh no, I mean it's a totally custom bar area out there. I mean, so the Lowe's Foods porch is, I mean, their space is now moved to what was formerly known as the picnic terrace.
Yep.
And so basically, yeah, fully decked out, custom bar serving delicious Lost Worlds beer. Those of age in the office have sampled said beer, and it is fantastic.
Yep.
And it's going to be out of there all 66 home games, and lots of open space. That's my favorite part about that project, is just like the tables and the. I'm sure we'll have like cornhole boards out there and stuff like that. And
it's the idea behind it is like, okay, it's going to be a bar. We're going to sell beer.
Yeah, of course.
But the idea behind it is to create that space in the back right now that's just it's just open. It was grass, right? And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But like putting the planters and additional seating and all that really turns it into more of a beer garden that's a destination instead of just like a buy a beer and leave. And so for those that, like me, if you got young kids that like to run around, or they're going down the berm, or they're running by the flag post in that area, you can do that and sit there and sample different beers, right? And you can get, flights or try one of each. I mean, if it's me, like if I hadn't been to our stadium before, I'd know that I would be going over to the Foothills bar, getting one from there, getting one from the Wicked Weed bar, getting one from Lost Worlds. That's just what I would do. Because if I'm not familiar with any of those brands, it's a great place to experience all of them. And now you have a beer garden. You can just hang out and let your kids run wild. So I think it's going to be a huge, huge addition.
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's like, it's just kind of adding to the concept of our ballpark to begin with, is that open air kind of something at every corner of that 360-degree concourse.
We're getting there. I mean, now
we are getting there.
So from left, think about the outfield now. So left, you got a new bar and a beer garden.
Yeah.
Center, you got a chicken coop for the kids with a now free kid zone for everybody. Right field, you have the Lowe's Foods landing, and also right next to it, you got the dash pad, a brand new seating area, which is really cool. In terms of, I always like to, people always, I guess because of what I do, but they ask me where you sit at games. That's like a question I get. And I'm like an outfield, I'm either like on the third baseline, halfway up, or I'm outfield looking in at like a cool experience area. And I think that right field area that would be one for me.
Yeah, and you get your own bar, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Well, that's also pretty
Get
huge.
your own bar.
Get your own bar. Yeah.
So like, yeah, the experience is cool, but like having that exclusivity really just packs an extra punch.
Yeah.
A lot of value. A lot of value.
Yeah. I mean, for $30, you get your own bar. You get all you can eat food, soft drinks, and you get custom dash chairs and 3 levels to spread out with your group, business, friends, whatever.
Unbelievable.
Man, you just can't beat that.
I can't. I mean, how is that not sold out yet? How's it not sold out yet? Yeah, you better go fast.
Know, Murph.
Better go fast. It's probably getting up there.
Yeah.
ws-dash.com. So basically, lots of new going on. Lots of. I mean, just good old fashioned times at the ballpark too, man. Like it's all kind of part of the experience that we're just elevating and kind of taking to that next level. And I cannot wait for the rest of the promo nights to come out and the final TNC night to come out, because that's gonna be huge. Not for a broader scope of folks than just the city of Winston-Salem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah,
trying to put us on the map in a few places.
It'll work. It'll happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else is going on in your life? Anything big? Any headlines?
Probably that the Michigan State Spartans are playing in Charlotte.
Yeah, they are. I know you already got your tickets.
And I do have my tickets. And by the time this is out, probably already national champions.
Yeah, probably.
And they're going to win the national championship, I believe, the day before opening day. I think national championship is on April 8th.
Is it?
I don't know. I think so. That's on Monday because we play on a Tuesday.
No, not football. That's over.
I don't think we're going to be in the national championship of football, unfortunately.
You would think that that when you type in national championship to Google, it would just go to the most recent,
the
most relevant thing.
Yeah.
But no, it just automatically assumes football.
Those Google people, they just don't have it figured out. Just when you think they do.
Get it together. Monday, April 7th. So, yeah.
What? Can't be.
What do you mean?
April 9th is a Tuesday, opening day. See you there. True Stadium.
Google. What is going on? Yeah, that's not a Monday.
See?
So that would be Sunday, April 7th. Or would it be on a Monday?
No, it's always Monday. So it'd be the 8th.
It'd be the 8th.
Nailed it.
Google needs to get it together.
So I'm going to be a college basketball national champion.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure they consider me a part of the team.
Yeah,
and then immediately after, it's going to be opening day for the Dash.
Nice.
What a set of days for me.
Yeah, that's good. Huh. You going to get any sleep?
Who needs it? Well, especially opening day, because I'm normally there, like 4 in the morning anyway?
4 in the morning. I'll be there with you.
That's a tough one. But
opening day always is a tough one.
Got to do it for the fans, you know?
You got to do it for the fans.
Got to let them know what's going on.
Yeah, I remember the first opening day I ever showed up to here. I was supposed to get here at like 4 in the morning, and I didn't have a key to the gate yet.
Great.
And so I'm just sitting there like, is Ryan Manuel up yet? Like, should I shoot him a text? But Weaver was coming to let the media in with me.
Yeah.
And I knew she had a key, but I was just sitting there in my car at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Just in the parking lot of our stadium.
Problem is too, is like, all right, so there's be people listening like, oh, you had to get up early. It's like, okay, I get it. It's not then necessarily is the problem. It's the fact that now you got 6 more games after that.
Exactly.
It just never ends. You go right through the weekend and then you're back to work on Monday. So
it's like jet lag, like especially on the Tuesday and Wednesday or the Wednesday Thursday games. It hits you really hard, and then usually by the weekend I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I mean I've been doing it for more than a few years in a row now.
Yeah.
So it's opening day is I mean you just never know what's going to come your way on opening day. It's the big dance. It is the all right, rubber meets the road here. Like let's get it going. And it's just it goes by so much faster than you think it would, especially having to get up so early.
Yeah. Well, we will see you there.
Yeah, I'll
Says
see. I'll
April
see
9th.
you there.
Yeah.
April 9th, opening day, Truist Stadium, Dash versus Grasshoppers. Be there. WSDash.com.